What's good, y'all? What's good, y'all? This is the 111 show. I don't know what episode we on no more. I lost count. So,
Same.
uh, to start things off, man, this this is an important stream, bro, because we almost to 500 subscribers. We sitting at 463. So to start this thing off, I'ma always give y'all love for supporting the channel, for y'all liking the video, push us in the algorithm. Subscribe to us. It's free, bro. It's free. And we ain't gonna overbear y'all with content. We give y'all a variety of things. We give y'all a stream. So all we ask for in return is to like and subscribe. Comment if something catch your eye or if something catch your ear. But this is the show, man, and I appreciate everybody who subscribe right now, bro. Um, yeah, man. Yeah, man. What's good with you, Chaz?
Tag me in, man. Here we go. Flu game, as you can see if you're watching on YouTube. This weather been crazy, so it's messing with my allergies, bro. Like yesterday is 70, and I'm working inside and outside, so I'm here and there, popping in, popping out. Today is 23 degrees, dude. So I'm sweating from working inside, and I'm going outside, cutting this, cutting that, contracting, getting it in. So yeah, man, it finally caught up to you, boy. So it's a little flu game, but you know, I ain't sick. It's just a little stuffed up here and there, you know what I mean?
Yeah, if y'all don't know, we are located in Michigan. We got every season in about a 24-hour span.
Facts.
Particularly, I work in the office. I don't work outside. I face away from the window. This is important. I sat down on my desk. I'm locked in, headphones in, working away. It's clear skies outside. It's cold. It's cold for sure. I'm working away. I get up to go to the bathroom. I turn around. It's a full-on blizzard.
Yep.
And the night before that, it was a thunderstorm. But it's a full-on, like the grass is covered. I can't see the grass no more. It's snowing sideways. Crazy. And every year, every Michigander have that thought of, I could just move south. I can move to Florida. I can move to
migrate.
Texas. Yeah, just migrate. But we never do. I got to call every Michigander bluff, bro. As you can see.
We low-key love it. We love it. Like yesterday it was barbecues and golf and all that. And today, everybody right back in their hole, right back in that foxhole. So yeah, man, it's been crazy. But the drip though, what's up? Dead threads?
Oh yeah, this dead threads. I posted this one on Instagram, but I'm gonna let y'all see it on the body, see how it's laying. You know what I'm saying? I don't got a Detroit hat, but I figured I'll try and match the blues up. But bro, these shirts is dope. Like rocking it, seeing it on camera, looking at myself. I'm feeling real one pride-ish right now. So if you ain't heard by now I'm gonna post this on Instagram and TikTok. 10% off with Cole Melly on Dead Threads. The link is in the description. And the site-wide, 20% off. So you can stack the 10 with the 20 and get you 30% off the whole site. It don't matter what team you rep. I'm wearing a baseball hat. They got baseball teams on there. They got hockey teams on there. If that tickle your fancy, you know what I'm saying? College hoops, NBA, football. This Detroit. The draft, again, I'm telling y'all again, the draft is coming to Detroit. And if you ain't wearing a jersey or some type of hoodie or you don't like what they got in your local Meyer Dunham's, Dead Threads, bro. You get some drip. You know what I'm saying? Tap in. But that's about it, man. We got some things to discuss.
I heard we do, yeah. If y'all ain't been on the TikTok, man, Melly been going live on TikTok, giving you a little daily dosage of some sports talk. It's been hitting. It's been great. I've been on there chiming in, going crazy the last couple of days. Itching to get into a debate with this guy right here. So the time has finally come, man. We're here. We're live. We're head up. Nowhere to run. Nowhere to hide. Talk to me.
Yeah, we're gonna call this one We don't call this around the water cooler because this is where the debate popped off or sparked.
Yep.
Bro, we're having this discussion at work. We're just talking basketball, and then a player came up, a light-skinned individual, a black man, Stephen Curry.
Okay.
If Steph Curry wins another ring, or Steph Curry top 5 right now, and this gentleman who I work with, I respect his opinion because a lot of people have Steph like up there. And he said, yeah, Steph's probably top 5 all time NBA, right? Like right now. Steph is top 5. And I was like, hold up. All time, we got a lot of players. We got a lot of players. We got Kareems, we got Kobe's, we got LeBron's, we got Magic Johnsons, we got Shaq's of the world. We got Tim Duncan's of the world. So that's why I was like, hold on, before we crown him. I'm not a Steph Curry hater. Before we crown him, it's some greats that he is in the discussion with. Now, if you was talking point guard, I'll be like, hell yeah, Steph. Like, hell yeah, Steph. But I think a little bit of recency bias come into play when it comes to Steph because he's been the most recent dynasty in the NBA. He's been consistently winning. He has the only unanimous MVP. He has 2 MVPs. He has a Finals MVP. But before we crown him, I'm just saying.
So you're saying no? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying he's outside top 5. He might be 6.
Okay.
He might be 6 or 7. He floating around 6 and 7 for me.
So he's clearly top 10. We got that out the way. Right?
He's top 10. He's top 10 all time.
He's safely top 10.
In my books, he's top 10 all time.
And Melly said that he's not a Steph hater. Well, newsflash, I am. Not really. I really was a Steph hater. And I would poke holes in every Steph argument that you could possibly try to make with me. And most of the times I won those debates, in my opinion. But as I've gotten older and as I've come around, I watch basketball a little bit more than I did back in the day. But if you're talking top 5, you're talking Mount Rushmore. The case for Steph to be a top 5 player of all time, it has to start with the fact that he changed the game of basketball as we know it. That would be the best argument you have to make. So what I mean by that is before Steph, basketball was kind of moving towards small ball because of what LeBron did in Miami. LeBron basically introduced the whole small ball model because their only center on their team, you was either playing Birdman or you was playing Joel Anthony. That was dead. So LeBron said, all right, forget about it. We don't need a center. 4 out, let me drive and kick, change the league. So Steph builds on top of that legacy, that small ball legacy, and says, okay, if we about to spread out the court, I'm going to show you an even better way to do it. Instead of driving and kicking and relying on Kyle Korver or Mike Miller to knock down a 3, I'm going to do it myself. And I'm going to run around. I'm going to run off screens all day. You're going to have to chase me till the wheels fall off. And he shot the 3 ball at a higher clip than anybody we've ever seen. He made the most threes in a season by like over 100 threes past second place, bro. It was bad.
Yeah.
Anyway, he changed the game. Steph does this. And from that moment on, probably 2013? From that point on, 2014, the whole NBA is like, okay, how do we recreate this? It's like the spread offense in college football. Look at college football now. Look at it before Tim Tebow and look at it after Tim Tebow. And we'll get to that discussion later too, because Tim Tebow ain't getting enough respect for all-time college quarterbacks. I think he's number 1 or 2 in my book at the worst. Anyway, so Steph's impact is similar to that. And lastly, because I'm rambling on here, if you are the greatest at something, the best to ever live on the planet of all time, which Steph is at shooting, he's not just a spot up shooter. He's coming off the dribble with it too. If you are the greatest shooter of all time, the greatest at anything, you have to be mentioned in that conversation, especially when you have MVPs and multiple championships on your resume as well. So that's my argument for why Steph has a case to be a top 5 player in the NBA.
He has to be a top 5. He has a case to be a top 5 player all time. And I'm gonna throw it up just so people could tag along. Is Steph. So why you saying that?
Uh-huh.
Why you saying that, bro? We got to discuss the players that he got to beat out, right?
Yeah.
Who would be in the top 5?
Sorry to the old heads, man. You're not getting much respect today. Not out of this guy. Sorry. If you one of those guys who's standing for Wilt, sorry.
Okay, I'm not. Place to be. I'm not even. That's not where I'm even go with it. Right. So to start off, right? Okay, Michael Jordan. If you want to go Michael Jordan and LeBron, that's them 2 spots going already.
Yep.
Lock. People regard Michael Jordan as the greatest basketball player of all time. He don't need to be. He don't need a thing to put him there, right? 2 3-peats. You know, the story goes on. Baseball thing comes.
We don't have to discuss Mike, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah, we don't have to discuss the whole thing. LeBron, greatest driver to basketball all time leading scorer.
Yeah.
Cemented. Now, we said we don't want to talk about old heads, but Kareem held this record for a long time for points. Even if you want to say something about his era, he scored them points with no threes. With no threes, might I add. Now, again, if we be in general, people regard Magic Johnson as a top 5 player all time, the point guard of all time, who Steph is trying to usurp of the top point guard of all time. He's the greatest shooter, but again, when we talk about small guards, we talk about guards and small ball. Magic had to go play center when Kareem got hurt. Got you 20 and 20 in the finals, right? Again, change who could be a guard. They wanted him to be a freaking forward. Could you imagine Magic Johnson with his ball handling capabilities and playmaking ability as a forward? No, but again, now we get into where he could start scratching at these folks.
Yep.
Kobe.
I'm taking Steph over Kobe already.
I can't do it.
It's not even hard to me, honestly.
I can't do it.
It's not very hard.
I can't replace Steph with Kobe for the same reason. So if Kobe is the closest thing we got to Mike, how is he outside the top 5?
He's a watered down cosplay of Mike, because he's not Mike though.
And here's the thing.
We're not about to act like he is.
He's not. But again, 5 championships, probably should have had more MVPs. But them finals MVPs was Shaq's. A lot of people question the Steve Nash MVPs, or Kobe coulda, but coulda, woulda, shoulda. Anywho, Kobe wins with Shaq. Kobe wins without Shaq. Kobe, to his thing, where a lot of people knock Steph at, from a size perspective, Kobe had to deal with, again, he's still above everybody when it comes to athleticism. He's a world-class athlete. But he didn't have the same athleticism as Michael Jordan. Couldn't jump like him. Wasn't as 6'8", 270, 260 like LeBron. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Wasn't the physical specimen that Shaq was. But he dogged everybody. And he was a two-way player. Better defensively. You can say Steph is a better shooter than Kobe. But Kobe got him on a defensive time. First team all defense. So that's where I feel like if you want to make the case, yeah. But Steph also had a lot of help with his teams as well from an organization standpoint. That's where it start getting back and forth with Steph. Because not everybody gets to play with freaking Kevin Durant, who and lists I've looked at, people have Kevin Durant over Steph. A 7-footer with guard skills.
I was one of those guys a couple years ago.
And can score everywhere.
I was one of those guys. So
and that's a unicorn.
This is a good place to pause, right? Yeah, KD's a unicorn. So this is a good place to pause where you broke down Kobe's resume a bit. The thing is where Steph's argument could start to fall apart is all these guys you're naming in the top 1, 2, 3, 4. They're all two-way guys, right? They're all elite on both sides of the ball. Steph was never an elite defender. He's passable. He can get by. But what Kobe did defensively, what LeBron did defensively, what Michael Jordan did defensively, what Tim Duncan and all those guys did defensively is far superior to what Steph was able to do. But the thing is, at least for the Kobe argument with Steph, is like the way Steph is able to do what he does so much more efficiently than Kobe. It's like, all right, I'm about to get you the same amount of points on half as many shots. And the game flow is going to be 10 times better because I'm not just going to come down and jack. I'm not going to go 7 for 30 in a finals game and then cry on the court. I'm like, there's some things with Kobe's early resume. He stacks those 3 early on the back of Shaq. At that time, that was KD and Steph together. That was the regime to beat them Lakers.
But
that was the most talented team in the league.
Still, I feel like when we get into this, we could go back and forth, and I could poke at Steph and be like, Steph had some bonehead like passing the ball out of bounds during the finals against the Cavs. He lost a 3-1 lead in the finals
against who?
Against LeBron James. Exactly. You had 3 chances.
Exactly. It's LeBron, bro.
Bro, you had 3. But still,
we're talking about the greatest player of all time.
He's beating LeBron. That's what I'm talking about. But the thing is, and that's where some of the stuff where people will go in history, and you'll go back and you'll be like, well, he beat LeBron. Well, before that, Kelly Olynyk pulled Kevin Love's shoulder out of place. Kyrie knee exploded the first game of the finals, and LeBron had to average a triple-double, and he almost got finals MVP in a losing effort. And Andre Iguodala ended up winning finals MVP because he outshined Steph.
No, he did not outshine Steph. Andre Iguodala had the job of guarding LeBron. LeBron proceeded.
Who averaged a freaking triple-double.
Listen, nigga. Listen. Iguodala, I was about to say, LeBron proceeded to give this nigga 40 and a triple-double every single game. We have not seen a loser win finals MVP since Jerry West, and they was not about to do it in this day and age. So if you can't give it to LeBron, who everybody who watched that series knows LeBron was the MVP of that series, you gotta give it to the guy who was guarding him. If you want to talk about who had a bigger impact on the Warriors in that series, it's Steph by far, bro. But since Steph wasn't out there going bucket for bucket with Bron, they couldn't give it to him. They had to give it to the guy who was guarding LeBron and was supposedly the reason why they were able to get over the hump, even though LeBron get a nigga, like I said, he led the finals in every single category for both.
Touche.
Every single category,
bro. Touche.
So Steph was kind of robbed of that one, but it had to be that way because it was Bron's final MVP. They gave it to Iguodala because it was Bron's.
Bro was scratching at it. Bro, I feel like you can make a case for him to be top 5. And again, I'm not a Steph hater. I'm a LeBron fan, but I'm not a Steph hater. Was I mad when they lost them games? Was I rooting against him? Yes. Did I laugh when his team crumbled in the finals? I wasn't laughing about the injuries because that's not funny, but I was like, see how it is when your team just misfortunes happen and you out there by yourself. And Kawhi is in Terminator mode. So, bro, I feel like that was a good go. That was a good go at it, man. I feel like it ain't really go too crazy. If you was actually not a bot in the TikTok stream, we could have.
Yeah, it's wild. TikTok hates me. Absolutely hates me.
I could say I made you a mod today though. Like
I guess that helped, but
you're
you still
legit,
didn't see all my comments though,
probably. But I
because
seen
I
you
had to
like the
text you to say some stuff twice.
I seen you like the stream though. You
Yeah,
got a couple more. You got to get your sea legs on you on TikTok, bro. But that's the biggest following now. So
straight up.
uh yeah, it is what it is, dog. So man,
So Steph is in that conversation, man, and the fact that Shaq said that Steph is in the argument for greatest of all time, and it wasn't just a little pandering type comment that the greats make sometimes. It was Shaq being 100% serious. So I mean that like Steph is your favorite player's favorite player. So for that reason, he also he's got a case for being a top 5 player of all time.
yeah,
If some
he
of the
had a
greats think he's the greatest or in that conversation.
they legit had bro like video game mode. I feel like 2016 Steph, 2015, 2016 Steph was a time to be alive. And low
Yeah.
key started in New York.
Yeah,
Out of
he
all places.
literally
Where he was
he's
yeah, no, he wasn't
it
from South
started in New
Philly.
York. Yep.
He started in New York, but I remember I think Minnesota took Johnny Flynn over Steph in that draft.
Johnny
So
Flynn was a dog though.
he was a dog. Johnny
Johnny
Flynn was
Flynn
a
was
dog.
cold. Back in the day, yo, I had the headband. I'm like, hey, Johnny Flynn, while I'm out there hooping in 5th grade. Johnny Flynn was like that at Syracuse, bro.
He was like that at Syracuse, but Steph was doing what he was doing at Davidson.
Yeah.
In that big ass jersey, boy. So shout out to Steph, man. I'm gonna leave Steph alone.
Yeah,
But
let him live.
we gotta talk about this Cam Newton situation because that's the thumbnail, right?
Yep.
That's the thumbnail. We ain't gonna make y'all wait too much longer.
Big deal of the day.
Yeah, the big deal of the day, bro. Uh, I watched it for myself. I like to stay off the big networks when it come to these situations because I like to form my own opinion. I want to get influenced like inadvertently. So I seen it on Twitter. I was like, he fended him off. Initial thoughts. It was funny. They didn't. Then people said, "Dang, knock his head off." It's funny, but as things later go on, you start to sit back and think, "Hey, Cam Newton is actually giving back and giving these kids opportunities." And these were supposedly grown men. I thought that was kids pulling up on him because a lot of the time, like you'll see videos of Cam Newton trolling like teenagers, like they'll say you washed and this and that, and Cam will play back because it's Cam, right?
Yep.
And they disrespect Cam, and we know who Cam is, but like them kids, they just trying to troll. Most of them spend a lot of time on the internet.
They missed the real Cam era for the most
Yeah,
part.
they didn't see Cam at Auburn like live. They didn't see Cam in
Not for real.
Carolina like
They didn't
live.
understand them at least when they were that
No,
young.
no. They see highlights and then they see him in New Orleans and now he doesn't have a job. So they might have seen the last act of Cam in when he had the dreads. But anywho, Cam Newton attacked. That's what it really was. He was attacked. And they like to say he was jumped. He fended him off. But had this been a different type of situation, we seen so many like entertainers, like rappers per se, get pulled up on, and then they end up getting checked out the server.
Yeah.
Catch my drift. So, bro, why are we doing this to Cam Newton? These is your kids. Like, and it's always the adults, right? It's never the kids. Because we see how much they troll in 7-on-7 games. We've been in 7-on-7 teams and did the whole shebang. So we know it's crap talk. We know it's t-shirt and shorts. Like, but the adults is always the ones that take it too far. And now if Cam would have like something seriously would have happened to Cam, then everybody would have been sad. And it's a joke now because Cam didn't actually get hurt. But now it like I don't know. I feel like it's a bad look on them. It's not a bad look on Cam. I seen Acho on Speak for Yourself. I don't know if it's Speak for Yourself or whatever show they on, saying this is a bad look for Cam because he like in the mix with this. But I'm like, he's in the community, bro. It's
Yeah, I
in the
tell
community
weirdo.
people. It's in the community people that's interacting with him, bro. So like, he can't control what they do to him. Cam Newton's always gonna talk crap. It is football. Everybody gonna talk crap. And if you a coach, you're supposed to be being a role model and teaching life lessons. Because that's if you had a good coach, he taught you about life as well. You're supposed to be the example for these kids, bro. You're not supposed to be fighting If anything, the kid's supposed to be fighting, and then you teach the kids not to do that because you're gonna ruin opportunities and things of that nature. So
Yeah.
I hated that comment, bro, because like, what is Cam supposed to do? Not give back, not be in the community. He love his community, bro. He's for black people. Why would you want somebody who's for black people, not in the black community, giving back? So that was weird to me, and it was weird to me that they behaved in that manner.
Yeah. I mean, my first initial thought was, whoa, niggas really thought Cam was sweet? Have y'all been living under a rock? Cam Newton is one of the biggest, excuse my language for lack of a better term, freaks to ever play in the NFL, bro. This nigga was 6'6", 250, running over NFL middle linebackers, bro. If you thought a regular dude was just gonna walk up on Cam and do what he's gonna, bro, what is wrong with y'all? That's my biggest thing. Like, why would you try to fight that guy? The guy who dragged the Auburn team with no NFL players to an undefeated record in a natty. After 3 years, dragged the worst program in the NFL at the time to a Super Bowl and a 15-1 record.
The shadow of Brian Denny.
Right. What is wrong with niggas, bro? Like, do you not understand who this is? So
I thought these was like teenagers, bro, trying to pull up on this man. And I later found out that these was adults.
Were these? I heard that they were his former coaches, like they used to coach together on the same 7-on-7 team. That's what I heard.
Either way, if they're adults,
yeah,
they look like him. Yeah, he made them look like that was his little nephews trying to jump on him. Type situation, because he just like,
he definitely big unked them boys. Watch out. Take your best swing. He dragged dog, bro. Came from behind him while he already handled somebody. Got a shot in, maybe two. Tough to see. Cam snatched him up so quick, bro, and threw him down. Had him against the fence, legs shaking. I'm like, bro, you niggas are dumb. Dumb.
We talking about
what you messing with Cam Newton.
His nickname was Super Cam.
It's Superman, bro. What is wrong with y'all?
Yeah, bro. I'm off that because that was foolishness. But
foolishness.
My transition is, bro. So the Chicago Bears came out and they said they're making a quarterback decision soon.
Mm-hmm.
Do you stay if you're the GM right now? Do you stick with Caleb Williams, or do you stick with Justin Fields, or do you grab Caleb in the draft? Do you trade up?
Well, it's all a matter of timing, right? This is the way I think Ryan Poles is thinking, the GM of the Bears. He realizes that the Bears are now at a much better place than they were when they drafted Justin Fields. So this is why when you were on TikTok, Melly, and you said all Caleb's going to have to do is outperform Fields, and then that would justify the move. I'm thinking that's a low bar to clear because Fields walked into an absolute shit show with Matt Nagy. And now they got a better coach over there with Eberflus. The defense is rounded into form. I don't know if y'all watched Jalen Johnson play this year, but he might have been the best corner that played this season. Out of him and probably Surtain?
Yeah, there's a top run defense too.
Top run defense. I mean, they waltz into Detroit on Thanksgiving. No, not on Thanksgiving, but they waltz into Detroit and they should have blew the doors off the niggas. But my point is, while you're on this timeline, you have to keep maximizing what the Bears' foundation can be. The foundation. So right now is not the time to go spend $40 million a year on a quarterback. If you have a quarterback who you believe can come be plug and play right now and give you at least the baseline of what Justin Fields did, or even a little less, and you can pay him a tenth of the money against the salary cap You just got to capitalize on this opportunity. It's just a time thing at this point. I have not seen enough out of Justin Fields to justify making him make up for the holes that will be left in this team after you pay him. You have to really solidify this foundation before you're actually able to compete in the NFC.
You going for the money play?
It's a money game, bro. At this point, it's just a money game.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm
So it's
100% down with
it's not a talent thing
Caleb.
with Justin.
No, not at all. I think Justin can go somewhere and succeed instantly. If he go to Pittsburgh, if he go to Atlanta, if he go to maybe Washington. I'm just naming teams, not actually. But like, I feel like he could find success at a lot of different situations that are like. If he's at the Vikings, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of different teams that you can plug Justin Fields in, and they'll be fine.
Yeah, I like that take. I like that take. I say if I'm the Bears, I'll probably just stick with Justin. I'm not gonna lie. And if we doing it in the draft, it's a deep receiver draft.
So who you taking one overall if you stick with Justin?
I'll probably trade back.
Trade out of that.
Probably trade back. Trade back a couple picks. Let somebody else take Caleb Williams, who wants the number one pick. Grab an offensive lineman. Grab a receiver. Or grab a couple offensive linemen. Grab a couple receivers or interior guys, bro. Because we've seen it how teams have built up. They started up front. They get a cornerstone piece on the O line. They get a cornerstone piece on the defensive line, which I feel like the defensive line is underrated. And you go from there, bro. Because
all right, so hold on, stop right there. You're at a good spot because now the conversation shifts. Now you're telling me that you believe Justin Fields is a Super Bowl winning quarterback. That's what you just said.
You gotta have a Super Bowl winning team. That's what I want them to build.
So you do believe
not for the Lions,
not for the
Lions' sake. Not for the Lions' sake. I think Justin Fields can get it done.
Okay, yeah. I mean, that's what you're basically inferring by saying, "Hey, he's a long-term guy. If you sign him right now, you're making him the franchise quarterback. You're not signing him to a 2-3 year deal.
Quarterbacks don't grow on trees, right? Like,
yeah,
we've seen. I'll say this: the Super Bowl is kind of like the allegory of like what the running theme was in the NFL, like game changer versus game manager. You got a quarterback that's good enough with a good team. You got a good guy with a good system. Like, so first things first, you have a quarterback. You just need the system. Like this kind of like I don't want to keep jumping all over the place, but get a good system in place, and your quarterback can thrive in.
Yep.
That's all I'm gonna say. Make the game easier for him. Give him more opportunity, which could be having a better defense. Which could be having a better offensive line. Which could be having another running back. Like those are things I'm thinking about. More playmakers, cheap
playmakers for sure.
So that's how I'm thinking. I think you would be right going with the money play with Caleb Williams if you want to continue. But to your point, how many years do you give Caleb Williams? Like how many years are you going? You know what I'm saying? Because if Caleb Williams, what you think he is, you're gonna pay a lot more than what you paid.
He gets 4 years off the Rippingtons as a rookie quarterback salary. 4 years, 5th year option. They're gonna opt in, and then that 6th year, then they got to give him a big bag. So you're basically extending that window to keep building that team out for another 4 to 5 years by grabbing Caleb right now and trading Justin. And you're gonna get something in return for Justin. He's not gonna go for free. You're gonna get some probably a second or two, second rounder, third rounder. I'm saying both, a second rounder and a third rounder. Yeah. I doubt you get a first. It depends on what the market is. Like if a couple teams are bidding for him, you're in a bidding war. You can kind of fake manufacture a bidding war, make people believe, hey, well, they're about to give me this. So maybe you can get a first for Justin. I don't know. But you're going to get something in return.
Tied. I fuck with that narrative, my boy. I fuck with that narrative.
Gotta be that way. Sorry, Justin. Because I know the city. Look, bro, the deacon at my church, real Bent Harbor GD, old school. He from Bent Harbor, but he banged Chicago Bears till the wheels fall off. He's sick about it, bro. He told me, like, man, we love Justin. I don't want to see Justin Fields go. He's sick. So I know a lot of people that are in that same situation who are Bears fans who they had high hopes for Justin Fields this year before he got hurt, and they would like to build around Fields, but the timing just didn't work out right. That's all it was. Like, y'all were building from scratch when y'all grabbed Justin Fields from scratch. So it's a long build, man. But I think they're offered a better grabbing Caleb. I ain't gonna lie to you.
All right, bro. That's smooth. Let me get us transition to the next topic, bro. Because I feel like that was definitely a good discussion, a needed discussion.
They got that
So
Deke sick. Piss.
yeah, Deacon sick about that. But
Deke sick.
to stay in the NFL, bro, Raheem Morris says new Atlanta Falcons head coach says, if we had a better quarterback situation here, I probably wouldn't be the head coach.
Wow.
Desmond Ritter's still on the roster.
Bombs over Baghdad. Watch your head.
Young man.
Watch out, bro.
Young man. I'm gonna need you to get your most comfiest ball cap, Scully, and a nice firm grip on that tablet, young man.
Mm-hmm.
He basically said, "You're not gonna be here. I don't know where you gonna be, but you're not gonna be on the field."
Or if he said that, he's saying that, or hey, it ain't my fault if we suck this year. Because I already told y'all off jump, this nigga is not it. He can't win. So yeah, he's protecting his job security with that one too.
Yeah, like there's a reason, but
that's just wild
bro.
for a coach to say.
I wasn't at that when you picked the Falcons to win the conference. I was like, not the conference, win the division.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, Desmond Ridder is their starting quarterback, and it's not to poop on Desmond Ridder, but like I just didn't see him as like being better than those guys that was in the division. Probably other than Bryce Young, but he's a rookie, bro. Like, come on now, that don't count. But yeah, man.
He was right, though. He was right. Yeah. Raheem Morris was right. If Atlanta had good quarterback play, they win the South last year. They're a playoff team, and Arthur Smith is still there. I do 1,000% agree with Raheem Morris with that one.
It's a fact.
And when I picked Atlanta to win the South this year, I had a caveat in there, and I said the X factor will be Desmond Ridder. If we can get some solid quarterback play out of Desmond Ridder, they'll be fine. I said that, and we did not get that. So
yeah, he didn't have to. He didn't even have to be amazing. Like some games he played good, bro. But like,
yeah,
other moments I'd be like, bro, what are you doing? Like he be throwing picks. Like it'd be like the most inopportune, untimeliest interception. Like
bonehead picks.
And I'm like, bro, what were you trying? What were you trying to do? Like, I really want to know what you saw. Maybe he need LASIK like Jameson.
Probably.
Like when you go to the sideline with the coach, they pull up the tablet and you like got to sprint out and you like throw it directly to the nickel. I want to know.
Think
what did you see?
What was more egregious than the picks was the fumbles, bro. I felt like every week I'm on a game cast or I'm on Red Zone, and I'm like, bet the Falcons might cover this too, because every spread that on the Falcons game this year was 2 for some reason. Either they're favored by 2 or they're 2-point underdogs. Anyway, I'm like, okay, so we can cover if we score here, even if we get 3. And he had more red zone fumbles than anybody I've ever seen in my life. And so they were just coming out of nowhere, bro. That was my biggest issue with Ridder. Like the picks, whatever, young guy, he'll grow out of it. But the fumbles, man, you can't just be all loosey-goosey with the rock, bro. Come on now.
Yeah. But so he had to draft. So I'm assuming if he can't get another rook, which again, that's another crapshoot. Like I said, quarterback's hard to come by. Do you go ahead and try and trade for one of these vets? Like Kirk Cousins gonna be out there. You know what I'm saying? You might could grab old Kirk. You might could go scoop old Kirk or something. Make a move.
All right,
you seen somebody
pulling up the draft order real quick. Atlanta's sitting at 8.
Maybe you get old Mike Penix down there.
I would go vet. There. I would go vet because if you look at the timeline Atlanta's on, Defensive line is older. You got Calais, Anyamata, Grady Jarrett, a lot of older guys there. I think they should be in a position to try to win the division now rather than later. So yeah, I like Justin Fields there. I like Kirk Cousins there. I feel like if you get a good solid vet down there, they can go bang it out in the South and potentially, get ATL back in the playoffs. The NFC is better when Atlanta's good, when Chicago's good. Like the Giants are good. We need these franchises, these big name franchises, to be better. So for Atlanta to get back in the playoffs, I think they need to go the vet route.
I respect it. Because if your defense already good, that's a plug in. Like that's a whole half of the team. Like they could probably have
The
holes
defense is
here and
great.
there. They could have holes here. Like if you do have holes here and there from whatever fallout or injury. If you got one side of the ball settled, like squared away,
Yep.
and you got a potential like bell cow. You got two running backs. You got two running backs. Now you got two tight ends, Jonnu Smith and Kyle Pitts. Your offensive line is not terrible.
It's pretty good. Pretty good. Top 10.
I need another receiver.
Yep.
Probably need another receiver. You got Drake London. So think of vet round him into shape, dog. Think of vet round him into shape. But we got some NBA news. Russell Westbrook, the LA Clippers guard, is building affordable housing in LA. He's an LA native. He's giving back. I think it's a good look. Some positive news for a change, like out of the sports world. Before we get back into the the negative shit. I think that's dope, bro. Again, like pro-black, giving back to the community, giving housing to the community because it's already crazy there. Like the rent in LA. Now that I'm thinking about it, because rent crazy here. Rent not crazy here, but in LA,
yeah, it's insane. It's insane.
So the fact that he doing that is good, bro.
Yeah, shout out to the Brody, man. Great guy. I always love Russell Westbrook, man. I used to get comps to Russ when I was banging on niggas in high school. So yeah, shout out to the Brody, man. Shout out to the Brody being a man of the people. Love to see it. Big Russ.
Man of the people, kind of having a resurgence right now in his career.
Yeah.
After leaving the Lakers, because if you don't perform for the Lakers, all of a sudden you public enemy number one. Like dog. I love Russ. So I hate like the hate he got, and like they was putting the Westbrook thing on him, the Westbrick thing on him. So I'm like, man, stop it, dog.
West Breezy.
I never liked it when he initially got picked up by the Lakers. Anyway, I was like, this not gonna work. I already knew it
was a terrible fit.
As soon as it happened, I was like, this not gonna work, bro. People was hyped for it, like, oh, he's going to, because he was good in Washington with
nobody.
Bill. He was good with on the Rockets with James Harden. He's good, like he's good in OKC post KD. So that was just like, oh, LeBron shit. Nah.
It was overkill, bro. It's like Russ and Bron can't be on the court together because they're both heliocentric guys. So it's like it's overkill. Yeah. And neither one of them are the most efficient scorer. Like Bron is, but like Russ is not an efficient scorer. He's a volume guy, high usage guy. You can't be a higher usage player than LeBron on LeBron's team. It's not going to work out. So, yeah, that was a terrible fit. But for him to be in LA, surrounded by what you got, Kawhi over there, Norman Powell over there, James Harden over there, PG, that's a good spot for Russ to be coming off the bench. They're not as dependent on him being successful as the Lakers were. So, yeah, shout out Brody again.
Yeah, shout out to bro.
I like win a chip.
I like the Clippers team. I just hate today, they had another LA team. But like I like the players on that team. I just don't really fool with the Clippers like that. That was cool when it was Lob City and all that, but I like Kawhi. I like Paul George, bro. I like Westbrook. So it's a likable team. Kawhi had a quote earlier this week, and it was like, how you doing with your availability? How have you been able to stay on the court like so much? And he said, not tearing my meniscus and not tearing my ACL. It's like classic Kawhi response, right? Like,
Right.
I didn't tear my knee in half in 2 places, so that's why. But anywho, dog, some more news. Some more news, and it's coming from the NFL world. So we know anybody who's a somebody is getting on these podcasts and they chatting.
Yep.
So Mecole Hardman goes on to the pivot and says, in so many words, bro, the Jets is a poorly run organization. They unserious. They don't know how to be winners. He said, I'm a winner. I didn't. This is not how y'all do it. And y'all not put me on the field. I should be in the rotation. The only dude that's really better than me out here is Garrett Wilson. In
Yep.
so many words. In so many words, bro. So, did I just switch out?
Nah,
Somebody just called me.
I don't think so. I can't tell at least.
Well, my screen went away. But yeah, man. Mecole. And here's the direct. I got the direct quote. There's no standard there. Everybody does what they want to. Then Thomas Morstead claps back. The punter, might I add. Be careful getting information from disgruntled employees. Getting beat out by a rookie free agent after being guaranteed millions of dollars is tough to deal with. And
go ahead.
Xavier Gibson game winning punt return. He is similar type archetype to Mecole. Like punt returner, blazing speed, slot receiver type guy, stretch the field type guy.
Look, bro, all that's good and cute, cool and cute and all that, bro. But the heart of the issue is that everything that we seen on Sundays, it was apparent that the offense was neglected in New York. And Mecole finally came out there and told us that the offense was neglected. That's why I commented on the Instagram post. I'm like, I learned more about the Jets organization in 30 seconds of a Mecole clip than I did in 30 weeks of Aaron Rodgers going on McAfee talking about ayahuasca. So
now he talking
it's
about
like
media members leaking news about Zach Wilson.
talking about all type of stuff. But the point is like Mecole has no reason to hate the Jets. Dude's on top of the world right now. He just caught the game-winning touchdown in the Super Bowl to get his third ring. What are we doing here? He has no reason to hate the Jets. So it's like, oh, he's talking because he lost his spot to a rookie. I doubt it. I doubt he cares that much about that. Like, he still came out on top this season. It's not like he was in the depths of Jets hell for 2 years. He still came out on top this season.
He said he was supposed to be like implemented more. And he basically like what it sounds like to me is he went over to the Jets. They said he was going to be one thing. The coaching staff probably couldn't decide on one thing. And then he ended up getting lost in the limbo, bro, because they could never find the identity. And you know, Aaron Rodgers could dish the rock around, so that's what you was banking on, right? Like he could dish the rock around, but when you got Zach Wilson, your playbook shrinks, and it seemed like they never adjusted to that. To your point, bro. So,
but the Jets are a defense first organization because of the way their coaching structure is. Robert Saleh is a defensive coach. He's a defensive head coach. All that be like that's cool to lead from the defensive side of the ball, but the offense cannot therefore be neglected. And Mecole is telling us they're not even running stuff the right way. They're not even practicing correctly. So that was the bigger issue that I saw. It's like, yeah, we can tell, bro, when y'all struggling to put up 12 points in a football game, we can tell if something's wrong. But for him to come out there and expose it and say, like, yeah, this is what they're not doing right. Like, I've won chips. I know what it takes to win. Like, they're not checking none of these boxes.
From one of the greatest offensive minds we got in the game.
Come on, bro. Get it right, New York.
Bellamy. So, well, Eric Bieniemy, I said Bellamy. But yeah, dog. I thought it was funny because, like, you know, the whole Xavier Gibson thing. But like when you put it like that, I get it. I get it. I know he really ain't losing in any aspect, but it's like you get lost in the shuffle in New York. It's like, come on now, bro. He got out while the getting was good. He did what was right, and then he ended up getting a Super Bowl out of it. And they accepted bro back with open arms. So he almost cost the Chiefs Chiefs in that Bills game. We decided to fumble the goal line and shit.
Facts.
But anywho, dog. Anywho, a list came out. While we stand in the football world. Top 10 college football quarterbacks of all time.
Yes, sir. I wish you could put it on the screen.
I probably can. Hold on. I'm gonna try and put it on the screen. Yeah, it's the Instagram. I think it was Sports Center. I'm gonna have to try this.
It's such a crazy debate too, because like if you really think about it, the top 10 college quarterbacks of all time, all probably within the last 20 years, because of the way the sport has changed.
Yeah, about the ability of these QBs, bros.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if I could. First of all, let's get to 10 first, because starting with 1 is crazy. I'm gonna try and share the screen. As soon as I figure it out.
We got faith in you. Just remember, listeners, y'all that's tapped in, this list is preposterous. And we're going to get y'all a correct list. Don't even trip. We're going to get to the bottom of this. From what I seen, what I remember, list was bad, dude. It wasn't terrible, but it was bad.
The list was bad. All right. Can you see this?
Yes, I can.
So, hold on. No, deny. So you can see right here, we got my boy RG3 at 10. Yep. Baylor's on, right?
Yep.
Anybody else you would have put at 10?
The second I saw this, I said, I guarantee you he's better than 7, 8, and 9. Niggas sleep on RG3.
Okay.
So I believe he should be ranked higher than 10.
You can see right here that they didn't put Manziel on the list.
Yeah, he not on the list.
And then Jameis snubbed. Jameis snubbed because he ain't make the list. Oh, I'm getting off topic though. Hold on. Number 9, Marcus Mariota.
Yeah, Mariota was a dog. Played the Natty.
Rose Bowl winner.
Not better than RG3.
Yes, he is, bro.
Mariota's cool, bro. He's cool.
Bro, he's better than
Oregon at their...
He beat a QB that got snubbed on this list, and Jameis Winston in the wagon at Florida State was.
That's great. That's cool.
You saying that's great, bro.
You put RG3 in that same offense. RG3 is winning that Natty.
RG3 is what? Problems. RG3 is what, bro?
He's winning that Natty without problems.
4.4, 40, 6.4.
RG3, 4.3 40. What are we talking about here? You want to talk about track speed with a real track nigga?
This is similar speed, bro. He not a track.
It's not that similar, bro. It's not that similar, bro. Football speed, RG3 was moving way different than Mariota.
Yeah, he was a hurdle.
He took Baylor. We're talking about Baylor here, bro. Out the depths of hell and dragged him. All right, all right. Mariota's at 10. RG3's at 9 right now.
Mariota's rightfully.
We're flipping those. Lamar. Highlight machine. Real dog.
Is we just going off player success, or are we talking about, are we adding team success? Just individual.
Well, quarterback success is heavily influential to team success in college football, more so than in the NFL by far. So with that being said,
Lamar had the worst team between
on this list?
Between these two?
Between what two? Okay. RG3 and
Lamar?
The two
we just went through. RG3, Mariota.
I'll probably say possibly, but I don't know. Regardless, RG3 is at 8 now, and Lamar is at 9.
He was another freshman. He was like this. I think he was the second freshman to win it. I think behind Manziel, Kyler Murray. at
Real
7.
dog. Real dog. This is where it gets good, man.
This is supposed to be Texas A&M other Heisman, but they wanted to start Allen. Brandon,
Yeah.
I forget his name. It's something Allen. Kyle Allen. That was his name.
Kyle.
Yeah. Y'all fumbled the bag. Deshaun Watson. I think Deshaun Watson
That's
is
too low.
he top 5? I
Deshaun's
think he
most
top
definitely
5.
top 5.
I think he top 5 for the degree of difficulty he was playing against in him. He was fighting for his life in them national championship games.
Look, Taj Boyd like set the floor for Clemson, but Deshaun came and blew the roof off Clemson and made them the top program in the country, including Alabama at the time. Went over there, lost to Bama in the Natty, came back, got his get back, beat Bama, prime Saban. Saban at his heights.
Yeah.
One of the best Saban teams he ever had. Deshaun went and hung 40 on them niggas and beat him. So yeah. Deshaun has to be higher than 6. That's way too low.
You can count on your hands the teams. The other dude right here is the only dude that beat like them stacked Alabama teams. A lot of Alabama teams were stacked, but this guy,
Joey Burr.
I feel like people don't want to give him his just due because how recent he did it, but probably the best statistical season from a college quarterback we've seen.
The single greatest season of all time in college football behind one Cam Newton is Joe Burrow. Yeah. He had the greatest season of college football at quarterback other than Cam Newton's Heisman season. So that being said, Joe Burrow's too low. I know I'm just saying everybody's too low, but we're going to clean up the list in a second. Joe Burrow has to be higher.
Timothy Tebow, the guy.
This right here will make me close app. Tim Tebow being at 4, where every single quarterback we've named so far is a product of Tebow's success, means that Tebow is not getting enough credit.
When but they made it better. They did it better though.
Okay, so when we talk about the spread offense and we talk about how it took over college football, it's because of this guy right here. What this guy did at Florida. This guy right here. I mean, Nick Saban talked about it in an interview like, oh, so that's what we doing now after getting his head beat in by Florida a couple times. He like, oh, that's what we doing now? All right, I guess we'll get out of this pro-style offense and we'll run the spread and we'll do it better than anybody who's ever done it. That's what Nick Saban said. And they did. They did that. But he got the blue from Urban Meyer and Tim Tebow. Chris Leak was cool. Tim Tebow had to take it to the next level. Tim Tebow is 1 or 2. He's probably 1. Greatest college football quarterback of all time. Next.
Yeah, but I just think the guys on this list took what he did. Like since he was the first to do it, I don't think that mean you was.
Okay, we can actually talk about on the field like stylistically.
Yeah, he made like he started the spread, right? But like you said, he started the spread. That's all good and well and cool. But these guys like had coaches that perfected the spread and what they could do with their arm. Like how you was talking about RG3 speed, his arm was insane.
So is Tim Tebow's.
Stop playing with me, Chaz.
Tim Tebow had a freaking cannon. What are we talking about here?
Stop
Tim Tebow had a cannon. Come on,
he might
bro.
He might have had a cannon, but he couldn't throw it. He couldn't throw it like
Tim Tebow was the only quarterback at that time that was running between the tackles, running outside, throwing the ball, running read option, speed option, however you want it. He was a running back in the backfield that you had to account for.
Okay, Chaz.
And then
we going to Vince Young,
was throwing dimes on people.
We going to Vince Young, bro, because I gotta.
Baker Mayfield ain't doing that.
I gotta watch some more Tim Tebow tape because bro.
Please do.
You talking about this arm? I need to see. I need to see these throws.
He changed my life.
I don't think these arms are standing. I don't think his arms stand up to nobody on this list.
It stands up to Vince's. I'm sorry, Vince gotta go, bro. Hey, everybody who I said got to move up a little bit. Vince is at 10. All right. I know what Vince did at Texas, beating that USC team. That was crazy. Yeah, Vince was a dog. Don't get me wrong.
I mean,
he
USC
is not none of these guys that we've seen so far on this list. Maybe Mariota, So maybe Vince could be 9 and Mariota
You're
can be
not even
10.
married. You're not even married.
But he really not even Mariota, bro. He not.
He'd probably get the edge on Mariota just because he won a natty and
The accomplishment,
Mariota like lost to Ohio State. But
Vince is 9, bro.
This fellow, I feel like should have been number 1 just based off what he did. All right. We talking about the heat of the SEC. What a lot of people would say the peak of the SEC was. Cam Newton kicked out of Florida, goes to Blaine College, wins the national junior college championship from Blaine College, goes to Auburn with no, like you said, no NFL players on his roster, and takes Auburn when Nick Saban was running this, undefeated to the national championship on his bike.
Yeah,
on his bike. So he should get the undefeated is crazy, bro. In your first year, you barely know that. You know how college is, bro. You know you just can't throw nobody in there with a group of guys and say go do it, especially if it ain't a stacked team, bro.
Yeah.
Especially if it ain't a stacked team. His team was not stacked by any means. They had good players, don't get me wrong, but you had to have good players to win these games. But the reason they won these games was because of Cameron Newton.
Look, when it come to Cam, you just had to be there because the highlights not even going to do it justice. The way it felt watching him in person, live, go out there. That's why I said the greatest single season of all time belongs to Cam Newton, is because of everything you just said. The height of the SEC, the competition, everything that was going on. And the way Cam Newton played out there, bro, it was like he was invincible. You see quarterbacks now sliding, protecting themselves like Kyler and Baker and all those guys. Cam Newton was throwing 50-yard bombs over your head, and then he was rushing for 70 while he's carrying your linebacker on his back. Bro. So that being said, Cam Newton has to be at number 2 because he left Florida because he couldn't start over Tim Tebow. All roads lead back to Tebow, nigga.
Shut up, bro. You know so Urban Meyer.
Cam had 2, nigga.
You know Urban Meyer loved the shit out of Tebow. But look, bro. He got kicked out because he stole a laptop. But that's not important. Cam Newton broke tackles like how Leonard Fournette did at LSU.
Yeah.
Run about fast as RG3.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't saying he faster, but he run about fast as RG3. About big as a first round defensive lineman. DN, I should say, edge rusher. And can throw a country mile.
So this is where it comes to greatness, right? Greatness versus who is a better player. This is why the legacy aspect has to count when you're talking about greatest college football quarterbacks of all time. The legacy for Tebow is the speeches before the game, halftime, 60 minutes for the rest of our life. Come on, bro. Don't do that. Don't shrug that off, bro. Because the scripture under the eye, the most Googled script, the most Googled thing on the internet the next day, every time Tebow touched the field, bro. Like, this is the only difference between Cam and Tim. It is simply the impact that Tim Tebow had on the entire nation while he was at Florida. And he did it not just 1 year, but he did it over a span of years. Cam's was a flash in the pan, one great season, greatness. The book is not out yet. Tim Tebow had to do it multiple years, bro.
That's all he could do, bro, because Tim Tebow had multiple years. That's the whole thing, bro.
The first year he started, he won the SEC and won a Heisman. So he basically did Cam Newton thing and then did it again where he should have won back-to-back. He got holes, but it's fine. It's fine. We're not going to even talk about it. But yeah,
who won on
what Cam Newton did, Tebow basically did twice.
It will never be done again. What Cam Newton did. Tebow didn't get dropped into Florida. Tebow didn't just go to Florida and start right away and win the national championship. So Tim Tebow actually didn't
He
do it. Cam Newton did.
basically wait, Cam Newton didn't do that either, if we're being honest. Cam
Bro.
sat behind Tebow while Tebow did. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Tebow had to sit behind Chris Lee, but at least they split carries, bro. Like, split snaps. Like, yeah, Chris was the guy. Don't get me wrong. Chris was the
Yeah,
guy.
bro.
But Tebow was
Yeah,
a
yeah.
factor on that team.
You
Cam was not
count
a factor.
you count Cam Newton freshman year as the year of him being a full-time starter.
You
Cam
just said
Newton went.
Tebow's freshman year didn't matter.
I didn't say it didn't matter, bro. I'm saying if Tim Tebow went straight to, like, let's say if Tim Tebow left and went to freaking South Carolina or something, and they just won in that. For whatever reason, he got kicked out of Florida, and then he goes straight to a team that nobody thought would have won a national championship. And then
What's the difference?
That the difference is you haven't even been with these dudes a full year.
Okay.
He got there after the junior. He got there in the summer, bro. Tim Tebow you seen it in Swamp Kings, bro, when Tim Tebow went and they had the offseason workouts, they had the lifts, they build camaraderie. They was, you know what I'm saying? He still hung out with them even though he was a church boy. Cam Newton got there in the summer. And then the fall, you know how the summer is 2 months, bro.
Okay.
And then he went out there and proceeds to win a national championship.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about, the degree of difficulty. Like, I get it. Like you say, he had the success when he came in right away and they won SEC. But Cam Newton, this is a fresh team. You get dropped there in the summer. You get dropped at Auburn in the summer. Nobody was expecting Auburn to win a national championship. I'm sorry. Florida was good. Florida was like good already.
You are correct.
With Chris Lee. That's what I'm saying. It's harder to do, and it'll probably never be done again. What he did.
You're right, bro.
That takes us to number one. That's not it. That's Asar Thompson. Number one.
Tim Tebow rushed for 23 touchdowns his sophomore year. My Lord. 3,200 passing yards. My Lord. Come on, bro. As a sophomore. Jesus. Anyway, that young man right there, gifted. Bakes. Real dog. Number one? Not quite.
I don't think he's number one. We was there for Baker Mayfield's year, but we was there for like Baker Mayfield's time. But the most iconic thing I remember him doing is like beating Ohio State and like waving the flag. That was like his. That's what I remember him for, like, the most, like, impact wise.
Absolutely. It was playing that flag at Ohio State. That's what I remember him for most too. But it was also like making Oklahoma a real like contender again after Sam Bradford. They went through that long stretch of not being able to get to the mountaintop. And like Baker, he literally made Lincoln Riley a household name. Lincoln Riley's sitting in a mansion in Calabasas right now because of this man right here. So Baker I got him at 5 on my list. Tebow, Cam, Burrow, Deshaun, then Baker. Because Baker was cold, bro. You had to like just watching Baker dice dudes up running that Lincoln Riley triple option spread, whatever you want to call it, RPO. This the real RPO guy right here, Baker Mayfield, bro. So, I mean, his yards are gaudy. Everything was filthy. Baker's got to be mentioned as one of the greats, but he can't be number one. I'm sorry.
I think over national champions, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's the issue with me, bro. You got to at least have one natty on your resume, bro.
At least one natty.
At least one.
Like I get probably Mariota, Lamar get knocked down a few pegs just because they didn't win a national championship. But come on, my dog. Like,
but Baker didn't even play in one though, right?
No.
That's my point.
He didn't even get to lose one.
Even if you didn't win one, you got to at least play in one. If you're gonna be the greatest of all time, you got to at least play in one.
Yeah, bro. Like,
I'm putting
besides, I'm looking and the other Big 12 guy, right? Robert Griffin III. Yeah, bro. Other than that, all of these guys at least played in one, if they didn't win one. So, sheesh. You could take Baker, completely off this list.
Jeez.
I'm just not seeing that, bro. But man, yeah, bro. Of course, everybody on that list. Did Vince Young won a Heisman, right? Am I tripping?
Which one did he win?
I think Vince Young won a Heisman. I don't think Vince Young won a Heisman.
I don't think so.
Now that I'm thinking about it, because everybody he was probably the only person on that list that didn't win a Heisman. Somebody else won on his like. Oh, he did. Okay.
I was about to say Matt Leinart won one.
I'm tripping.
Reggie won one.
I remember him at the ceremony with wait, I said awards. Yeah, Heisman Trophy. No.
So Vince never got that Heisman in. Yeah, that's why that nigga's number 9, bro. I'm sorry.
Wait, is you being dead serious? He was on that list and he went high. I can't. Hold on, bro. Yeah, he won at 05.
05. So he won the year
in
between Leinart and Reggie.
Vince Young's USC.
He won in between Leinart and Reggie. Gotcha.
Okay. Oh, Bush won behind me. Essentially was a 3-way race between Texas quarterback. No, Bush won. He didn't.
So he didn't get one.
Bush won. He didn't get one. Bush won.
Okay,
That's the vacate. That's the vacated Heisman.
So USC won it back to back off Leinart and Reggie.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. You're right, Will. He didn't win it.
Good.
He didn't win it because I was thinking.
Appreciate you, Big Will. I trusted you, bro. I trusted you.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. I remember them sitting at the table, sitting all next to each other, bro.
Yep.
Not
I remember it now.
The NCAA don't want to play it because they don't want to get Reggie his Heisman back.
Yeah.
But Johnny essentially said that he ain't getting that. He ain't ever getting it.
He never getting
the Heisman back, which is trash. I would have told them they would have had to come get it back in blood.
Type deal. Come rip it out my paws.
Yeah, bro. He can't be that high with no Heisman because I'm sorry.
It's the natty, bro. The moment, man. USC was everything. USC was bigger than everything, bro. And he knocked the niggas off.
Trust me, bro. I understand.
That's what it is for Vince, bro. That's why I'm saying he's 9 or 10 at best, bro. I'm sorry. Love him, though. What him and CJ2K did in the league, Lindell White, them niggas was elite.
Yeah, that was tough.
Vince, you don't belong,
we talk about how like quarterbacks go to the Titans and like their career go downhill from there.
They have a type. The Titans have a type.
They ruined well, RIP McNair, but started with McNair. Then it went to Vince. They had other quarterbacks between there, but I'm talking about guys that was hot in college, got there.
Dudes.
Ruined Vince. Ruined Mariota.
Facts.
About to ruin.
They revived Tannehill, though.
They revived Tannehill, but they didn't
brought Tannehill out the dips, but they didn't draft him. You're right.
Malik Willis.
So, oh shit, I forgot about Malik already. So is Will Levis cooked? Is that what you're saying?
Telltale sign. That's a telltale sign for Titans quarterbacks, bro. He took some crazy hits. Yeah. I don't think he could take. You can't take a lot of those in the league, bro.
That's my knock on Jaden Daniels, bro. Like if we're ranking these prospects, Jaden Daniels has the most to change about his game, the way he plays to be successful in the NFL. Like a lot of these guys, like Caleb has to change a lot. Drake May's gonna have to change his style up, but Jaden Daniels is gonna have to change the most because those hits he took in college, you taking those from so what we're thinking? We're thinking he goes maybe to the NFC East, the Washington. They're saying he could go too. You're taking those hits from Micah Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence. Nah, bro. You're not going to last long. So that's my knock on
Who we
Jaden.
got emerging there? Kayvon Thibodeau,
Dexter Lawrence.
Dexter Lawrence.
These
That
are the niggas you
line,
taking hits from now.
they got an African linebacker. He got an African name out there too, but he tough.
Okereke?
Bobby
Bobby
Okereke, he
Okereke?
tough.
He definitely will flex that
tough.
nigga. I know there's some niggas at the the commies. I'm saying he would be at the commies. So yeah, I mean, it's tough, bro. The Eagles, come on, bro. Jalen Carter and them.
Yeah.
Get to see him twice a year. They're gonna break that nigga in half, dude. He gotta change it, bro. You gotta change the way you play.
They got real dogs, but they got Fletcher Cox there still.
Real dogs in the NFC beast,
Brandon
bro.
Grant really gonna get to cut.
You can't just run around the beast like that. Even Dak broke his leg running around like that in the NFC East, bro. So
yeah, he started changing his whole game up.
Change his whole game.
Yeah,
Daniel Jones broke his freaking neck. The NFC East ain't no way to play. Ain't nowhere to play around, bro.
Yeah,
you
thought
gotta
it was
correct
sweet
over there.
They called him Vanilla Vic. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, all right. I'll show you. I'll show you Vic, nigga.
He walk around with one of the joints. One of the joints on his neck. Looking like insurance fraud.
I don't want to make jokes about that, bro. That's not good. It's not good to do.
No,
but
sorry, bro.
Jaden Daniels, you don't want to be the next guy that's in a neck brace, bro. So I mean, we got draft talk to talk about, but let's see. What else did we have? I don't want to get you on schedule because I know you actually have some stuff on the rundown.
Oh no, we could talk about the draft. I'm looking at the quarterbacks, bro.
Who you liking right now? Actually, let's play a game, bro. You want to play a game?
Yeah.
All right, peep this. I'm going to give you 30 seconds to fix an NFL team, right? You get to be GM for 30 seconds. You're job shadowing the GM. He ran down the hallway to go grab some papers. So you go hop on his laptop. You got 30 seconds, right? You can fire a coach. You can make a trade, whatever. The team I'm going to start with, I don't want to make this too hard on you. You got 30 seconds. I'm going to put you on the clock too. Hold on.
And do I get picks? Like, how we doing this? Am I anywhere? What's going on?
What do you mean picks?
Like how I fix them? That's it.
Yeah.
I gotta fix them for the draft or just anything.
What are you doing to fix them? Because draft season's here, right?
Yeah.
A lot of these teams got issues. A lot of these teams gonna need to be fixed. So to make it not too hard on you, I'm gonna give you a playoff team to pop it off. How are you fixing the Buffalo Bills in 30 seconds? Tell me how you're gonna get it done. Go.
Buffalo
You're on the
Bills.
Clock.
Ooh,
You're on the
Buffalo
clock.
Bills. Buffalo Bills. All right. The way the Bills is built, first of all, we're gonna trade
15
Diggs.
seconds.
We're gonna trade Diggs. We're gonna bring in some more DBs because the DBs is having a lot of injuries. We're gonna bring in another running back. We need a boom and zoom guy with Cook.
Time. All right, so Diggs, huh? I feel that because if I had to do this same exercise, I was gonna say trade or cut Diggs. Even if you're just getting salary, Diggs got to go. I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
Grab another back. I feel that you need more of an every down back to go along with Cook. Cook will be a great Tony Pollard role, Tony Pollard Zeke type situation. I think Cook will be a great 1-2 punch.
Or you go Gibby and Monty.
Gibby Monty type deal. He'd be a great Gibby. What's the last? Oh, you said grab DBs. Is that the other thing you said?
Grab DBs, bro, because they DBs getting a little long in the tooth. Tre'Davious White had an ankle injury. Boyer and
he's cut.
They're getting a little older, so
agreed.
Let's shore up that DB room. They solid up front. They solid that linebacker. Their linebackers will come back healthy. Just shore up that back end, bro, and because they front seven solid. The offensive line, it is what it is. But if I'm going for like fixes right now, that's where I'm going.
All right, you did a lot in 30 seconds. I got another one for you. You got 30 seconds to fix the Jacksonville Jaguars. Ready? Go.
Ooh. off Rippington. Think about the Jags. Think about the Jag. All right. We need a for real number 2 our running back. We need another receiver. We got to get younger our receiver because Christian Kirk got hurt and they kind of went anyway. The Calvin Ridley experience is kind of cooked for me. I say get rid of bro, trade him for something. Go younger, get one of these younger receivers, get somebody who could be dynamic with the ball.
Time. So all your issues with Jacksonville is offense. That's what I'm hearing.
I feel like they're putting too much on Trevor Lawrence's shoulders, and he feels like he has to do too much. So I would distribute the wealth and distribute the responsibilities. I think like somewhat last year they had him getting the ball to like he was trying to feed a lot of mouths, right?
Yeah,
he's trying to feed a lot of mouths. Like, and they ate. I'll give them that. They ate.
Ingram had the best season of his career. Evan Ingram. Yeah, they definitely. I mean, they kind of got a little bit stagnant towards the end of the season, but yeah, they definitely ate at first. They were picking 17, so they got a chance to get a pretty good weapon sitting at 17, bro.
But I also what I was gonna say is O coordinator.
Yeah, that would have been the first. That would have been my first point. I would have said
when
I need a
I
new
was thinking about it because I was like, yeah, because I was going all offense. I'm like that defense. They got guys to get rid of guys, but that OC got to change something up because they did try and feed a lot of mouths. They fed a lot of mouths last year with distributing the ball, which is not a bad thing. But I also feel like he feels obligated to give them the ball, which is
tight.
As a quarterback, like get the ball to who you can get it to, like, and then Trevor Lawrence, I feel sometimes he feel like he got to be Superman, but sometimes you got to know when to hold him and when to fold him, and sometimes he all in all the time. Sometimes you just need to you could take a 3 and out sometimes.
I wish Trevor Lawrence was a little bit smarter pre-snap. I feel like a lot of his issues comes because he's playing Geno Smith ball. Like Geno is a post-snap quarterback. Joe Burrow is a post-snap quarterback. Patrick Mahomes is a post-snap quarterback. So it's not all bad, but like I feel like Trevor would benefit from being more of a pre-snap quarterback. Like a Dak Prescott is a pre-snap quarterback. He's doing the majority of his work before the snap. When it comes to reading defenses, Tom Brady was a pre-snap quarterback. Peyton Manning was a pre-snap quarterback. So we see both styles work. Aaron Rodgers, I would say, yeah. Aaron Rodgers is like the best mix.
He an anomaly.
Yeah. He the best mix, but I would say he leans more pre-snap. That because he from that way, bro. He from that era. That era, all them guys was pre-snap guys. And recently we moved more towards post-snap guys. Off-platform throws, arm angles, all that stuff. Matthew Stafford, all that. Mahomes. Yeah. That's kind of how the
Matthew Stafford kind of a hybrid now. He morphed into that.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's a great point. But I got one more team for you to go to. That was a good conversation. I didn't mean to even go down that road. But I need you to fix this last team that's picking 24 overall, bro. You got 30 seconds to fix the Dallas Cowboys. You're on the clock now.
Ooh, fix the Dallas Cowboys. Linebackers immediately. Immediately the linebackers. Get Tony Pollard up out of there. We getting a couple new backs again. We're gonna shore up that interior as well on defense. And you need a DC. I don't know who y'all grab because I ain't been following the Cowboys, but I don't know if y'all got a new DC yet. But
Mike Zimmer.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that hire, actually. Get some linebackers. Y'all corners are straight. Get some bigger linebackers. Stop putting Micah Parsons. Stop putting Micah Parsons back there.
Oh, bro, you broke my heart because the first thing out of your mouth should have been ship Mike McCarthy on a Greyhound bus back to Wisconsin.
Come on.
But I do like what you said, bro. Tony Pollard is going to be very expensive. I think we start fresh, completely fresh at back. We get Tony out of there, Rico Dotto out of there. Deuce Vaughn's the only one sticking around. And I would say we draft a back this year. Maybe grab bro from Texas. Maybe grab Blake Corum. I love Blake in Dallas. But yeah, I think Blake, I don't know if Blake will be there at 24 or not. Possibly. We'll see. But the other thing you said, interior D-line, man. Need it bad. We tried first round last year with Mozzie Smith. Mozzie couldn't get it done. He was barely playable. Had to play him down the stretch because of some injuries like to Jonathan Hankins. Linebackers. Our linebacker play was sneaky decent, bro. Like, they're young guys, though. Like Marquise Bell, young dude out of LSU. Like Damone Clark. These are young dudes that I think will get better. Van Der Esch, I think he broke his back or his neck or something like that. So
Oof.
he missed the whole back
Sorry,
end of the
bro.
season after San Francisco. Thank you. So yeah, I mean, you hit all the key points besides coaching. So I'm there
Um,
with you.
yeah. I would say since you brought up San Fran and what they have a thumper and then they have a rangy guy. So Greenlaw is a thumper and Fred Warner's a rangy guy. Not saying Fred Warner can't be physical, but like
Yep.
he's east and west, north and south.
Yep.
And Greenlaw is a thumper. So like that'll make you think twice about that pulling guard. That'll make you think twice like about them offensive linemen. You want to wear them boys down. So you
Yeah, I'll
want to
tell you
wear
right
them
now, the
back. You want to wear them
personnel
backs down.
at linebacker that we have, as much as I love it, it's great for a Dan Quinn defense. It's not great for a Mike Zimmer defense. You got to have beef in the middle to run that Mike Zimmer defense from what I've
That's what I'm
seen in
saying.
Minnesota, bro. Like those linebackers got to be able to hit Barr, Kendricks, those type dudes. Van Der Esch fits that mold, but Damone Clark and Marquise Bell do not. They're like Marquise Bell's lighter than me, bro. He's like what 215, just long, tall,
That's
fast,
what I'm
4
saying,
4
bro. We talk
guy,
about these offensive linemen.
4-3 guy, whatever.
These dudes is 300 plus.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's gonna fly in Mike Zimmer's new system. So
It's
we'll see.
300 plus, bro. So you need something to enforce because we know it get if y'all gonna make the playoff run, this elusive playoff run, teams is gonna run the ball well. The good teams, at least.
Yeah.
So you're gonna need some beef, especially if you're gonna be playing on the road somewhere in the weather and all what have you. You're gonna have to make some stops on the run. So
Facts.
yeah, man, that was interesting, bro. Who your favorite QB prospect? I know you was on Jane Daniels for the Heisman, but is that your
Caleb
guy in
Williams.
the league? Caleb
Nah,
Williams?
Caleb's my favorite draft prospect. If you just first thing you always look at, for me at least, physical ability. What are your tools? What can you do? Now his stature is not gonna blow you away. He's not 6'6". He's not this huge overbearing guy, right? He's not gonna walk in a room and cast a shadow over the entire room. But what Caleb is he's a playmaker. He has probably the best arm I may have seen on film, on tape. I mean, he's everything you need in the NFL. What we see dudes do off script, nothing is going to be 1, 2, 3 and out. Everybody's saying like Caleb's biggest issue is that he can't play on schedule. Caleb can most definitely play on schedule. If you look at that USC offense, bro, his playmakers, they were all like inconsistent. The offensive scheme was inconsistent.
That's what I agree. I agree with you on that.
Bro, Caleb can most definitely play on schedule, but the NFL is not really even asking you to play on schedule
It's
nowadays.
never most of the time it's
It's
not even
never on
gonna be on
schedule.
schedule, bro.
Exactly. You got to
And
be able to play.
you talked about all these post snap guys too as well. I like the way that you put that post snap. He's definitely gonna be a post snap guy, like right off the rip, just because
No doubt.
it takes time to build that. But I didn't like the sentiment that he had to get back there, read a defense. Like that's where you go into a situation. You have a good offensive coordinator and a good vet behind him or a good backup to teach him how to read a defense.
You know
Like,
who the OC is in Chicago? They just hired him.
don't remember.
Shane Waldron, I believe. Double check that. If I'm wrong, we'll forget this whole conversation. But
Anywho,
that's the Seattle OC who coached Russell Wilson. You know what I mean? So
okay.
like, if anybody can know how to work with Caleb's skill set, you getting Russell Wilson back with his prime athleticism, but an even better arm. Taller, stronger. I mean, super serum, Captain America,
Yeah,
Captain America, Russell Wilson.
and that's cool, bro. Because what I see in dog when he's playing, bro, is again. I was watching the Johnny Manziel interview with Shannon Sharp, and he was Caleb Williams kind of favors Johnny Manziel's play style, right? I'm not saying they the same player, but you could kind of see they're not really, like you said, not really the biggest, not really the like fastest, but they can do these things, similar things. When he said when he got to Cleveland, they ran out in the quarters coverage on him. They ran out quarters coverage on a rookie quarterback in practice to try and shut him down.
Yep.
So like you're not even giving them room to grow. And that's not even something I thought about. Like as a defensive player, I'm like, oh, like what? Like, why are you trying to like we always got the thing in practice where it was like, all right, we're not playing each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're not trying to beat each other. You're trying to compete, but we're not game planning to beat each other.
We're
And
competing, but we're on a similar schedule, right? Like we're both
yeah,
installing our base stuff at the same time. So
yeah, bro.
you're running your base defenses on the day one, and we're doing our base concepts on day one. So yeah,
Don't come out
facts.
here with a rookie Q trying to like shut him down and trying to prove a point to a number 1 pick or a first round pick in the draft, bro. So
Right.
they're gonna have to build confidence in him. He is gonna be able to play on time. Like you said, start off with reading the base defense. As the offense goes on, the defense goes on. And y'all build off that. If he makes mistakes, say, hey, we doing this now. I know it's probably a little different from what you was running in USC when you just, run around, look down the field, and throw it to who's open. Backyard
Yeah.
football. He gonna have them plays when he comes
But
to the
having
league.
that
It's
in
just
your
gonna
back
happen.
pocket is a great skill to
It's
have.
not a bad thing. So
Great skill.
yeah, that's a great sentiment. I like that we on the same page about bro, because I feel like a lot of people is leaning into the overhyped part, and I'm like, that's what makes him special. Like if he was just like somebody who played on time, then he'd just be like another 6 foot. He'd be Drake May. Like if he didn't, and
Not even though, like
that's
he
not to
would
be
be.
pooping on Drake May. Like
I don't know. I don't know who he'd be. I can't.
I'm
I can't
I'm,
even
I'm
put it.
staying. I'm sticking with this draft. Like that's who I'm talking about.
Like
He probably
At least
be
Drake May is
Russell
huge though.
Wilson.
That's the
Yeah,
biggest difference. Drake May is huge. Caleb
yeah,
is average size, a little bit above average. I mean, for an NFL quarterback, he's average, below average size. Drake May is a full of 6'6". His brother was a power forward at North Carolina. You know what I mean? Whole family
yeah.
big. Drake May is huge. So that's the biggest difference.
So he said, you said Russell Wilson, so I'll use Russell Wilson. So he'd be North Carolina State Russell Wilson.
Yeah, sure. There we go.
if he ain't had that whole thing in his bag. So I
Yeah.
like that, bro. I feel like that's a good transition to next week where we could go a little farther with the draft news. We'll probably hear about what Chicago did by the time we record again. So man, good stream, man.
Great
Appreciate
stream.
everybody who stopped by, man. Watch it back. I'm gonna start reposting and editing the streams like how I used to, seeing more consistent content. And again, if you made it this far, like and subscribe to the channel, man. I stuttered on that, but it don't matter. We about to get up out of here.
Appreciate you. Been a pleasure as always. Thank you. Thank you.
We out of here.